Shalom from Netanya, Israel. My name is Peter Talhofer, and this is my son.
Kellan.
And we are here to encourage you to read Torah in Hebrew, to get closer to God's written word, Torah, and His living word, Yeshua. We just went down to the beach to record. We had that beautiful golden hour light as the sun was setting, and the problem was that it was 32 knot winds, and that was still working. We were doing it, but then the tide came in, and our chairs began to sink, and that was okay. We were still doing it, but then the tripod began to sink, and so we had to retreat to this is our hotel, Pesach, our back porch at our hotel here in Netanya. We left Monday morning from Seattle, and we arrived in Netanya at our hotel room Tuesday evening. We woke up Tuesday morning to pouring rain. We thought, well, that's it. No swimming today. But just a couple hours later, we were able to go out and swim and have a great time. Then again today, it was rainy and windy, but we had a good day at the beach. And we have found that this is the best way to get over jet lag. And this is what breakfast looks like at our hotel here. They're already phasing out leavened bread, even though it's not Passover yet. It's Passover tomorrow, but they're already phasing out leavened bread and serving matzah. Tomorrow we're going to a family we've never met before to enjoy Pesach with them. The hostess asked me to bring a bottle of her favorite wine. Instead, we're bringing 4 bottles, so I think she'll be happy, and a couple bottles of grape juice for Kellan and other kids. And we're also getting some matzah and other supplies. This is not a normal Torah reading because of Pesach. It's Exodus chapter 12, verses 21 to 51. So I'm going to read that. And here we go. Follow along with me if you can. I'll read steadily and slowly. Vayikra Moshe lechol ziknei Yisrael, vayomer alehem, mishechu lachem tzon, lemishpechotechem, veshachatu hapasach. And he called Moses to all the elders of Israel, and he said to them, draw out and take for yourselves from the flock for your families, and slaughter the Passover, the Pesach. Ulakachtem agudat ezov, utavartem badam asher basaf, vehigatem el hamashkof ve'el shte hamzuzot min hadam asher basaf. So take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood, which is in the sop. Could be a bowl, or it could be the threshold of the door where they saw the lamb or the kid goat, and the blood would collect in the basin, the threshold at the bottom of the door. And then and strike the lintel and both doorposts with the blood from the basin, from the threshold. So when they're done with the blood on the lintel and on the doorposts and down below, it's going to look like a cross, a bloody cross. Ve'atem lo tetzeu ish mepetach beto ad boker. And none of you go out from the doorway of his house until morning. Avar Adonai lingof et Mitzrayim, ve'ra'a et hadam al hamashkof, ve'el shte hamazuzot, ufasach Adonai al hapetach, ve'lo yiten hamashchit lavo el batechem lingof. And Hashem will cross over to strike Egypt, and he will see the blood on the lintel and on the doorposts and pass over Hashem, the doorway, and he will not allow the destroyer to come to your houses to strike. So if anyone ever tells you that God never causes stealing, killing, or destruction, you can just go to the story of Passover, and God is very clearly the one doing this, because He told Egypt what to do. They hardened their hearts. Pharaoh hardened his heart. And God told them this would happen. It's very, very rough, but this is what happened. Ushamartem et hadavar hazeh lechok lecha ulevanecha ad olam. And guard this thing as an ordinance for you and for your sons forever, in perpetuity. Vehaya ki tavo'u el haaretz asher yitein Adonai lachem ka'asher diber ushamartem et ha'avodah hazot. And it shall be when you come into the land which Hashem gives to you, as he said, and you will guard this service. Vehaya ki yomru alechem benechem ma ha'avodah hazot lachem. And it shall be when your sons say to you, what is this service to you? Va'amartem zevach Pesach hu ladonai asher pasach ar bate bnei Yisrael b'Mitzrayim benagpo et Mitzrayim ve'et batenu hitzil va'yikod ha'am va'yishtachavu. And you shall say, this is the Passover, the sacrifice of the Passover to Hashem, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he struck Egypt. And the houses, our houses, he rescued. And the people bowed their heads and worshipped, and bowed down and worshipped. Vayelchu vaya'asu b'nei Yisrael ka'asher tziva Adonai et Moshe ve'Aharon kein asu. And they went and did so, Israel, as they were commanded, as commanded Hashem, Moses and Aaron, so they did. Vayiten, vayhi b'chatzi halayla, v'Adonai hika chol bechor be'eretz Mitzrayim, מבכור פרעה היושב על כיסאו עד בכור השבי אשר בבית הבור וכל בכור בהמה. And it came to pass in the middle of the night, and Hashem struck all of the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sits on the throne to the firstborn of the prisoner who is in the dungeon, and the firstborn of all animals. Vayakam Paro Laila, hu vechol avadav, vechol Mitzrayim, vatihi tzaka, gadola, be Mitzrayim, ki ein bait, asher ein sham mate. And he arose, Pharaoh, in the night, he and all of his servants, and all of Egypt. And there was a great cry in Egypt, because there was no house where there was not someone who had died. Vayikra leMoshe uleAharon laila, vayomer kumu tseu mitoch ami, gam atem gam bnei Yisrael, ulchu ivru et Adonai kedaberachem. And he called to Moses and to Aaron in the night, and he said, rise, get out from the midst of my people. Also you, also the children of Israel, go serve Hashem as you said. Gam tzonechem, gam bekarechem, kechu, ka'asher dibartem, valechu, uvarachtem gam oti. Also your flocks and your herds take as you said, and go, and also bless me. I always thought that was interesting, that with all of this angry at them and ordering them to get out now. And he also says, and also bless me. Vatechezak Mitzrayim al ha'am lemaher leshalcham min haaretz ki amru kulanu metim, and they strengthened Egypt, the people, to hurry and to go to be gone from the land, because they said, we're also going to die. Vayisa ha'am et petzeko terem yachmatz mish arotam tzarurot pesim lotam al shichmam. And they lifted, the people, the loaves before they were leavened, and their kneading troughs bound up in their garments on their shoulders. Uvnei Yisrael asu kidvar Moshe vayish alu mimitzrayim kle chesef uchle zahav usmalot. And the children of Israel did as Moses said, and they asked of Egypt instruments of silver and instruments of gold and garments. Vadonai natan et chen ha'am be'enei Mitzrayim vayish alum vayinatzlu et Mitzrayim. And Hashem gave grace to the people in the eyes of Egypt, and they asked them, and they plundered the Egyptians. They say that centuries later, this case was taken to Alexander the Great by the Egyptians. They say, hey, look, the children of Israel plundered us when they left, and they wanted recompense. And supposedly, Alexander the Great listened to both sides, and he ruled that the years of slavery that Egypt imposed on Israel more than paid for what Israel left with. That was their wages, and he called it a wash. Vayis'u v'nei Yisrael mera'am says, Sukkota, keshesh me'ot elef ragli hagvarim levad mitaf. And they traveled out, the people, the children of Israel, from Ramses to Sukkot, about 600,000 men on foot, besides infants. Venas vegam erev rav ala itam vetzon uvakar mikne kaved meod. And also a mixed multitude, that's others than Israelis, probably Egyptians and others went with them, went up with them, and also flocks and herds, a very great amount of cattle and livestock. Vayofu et habatzek asher hotziu mimitzrayim ugot matzot ki lo chametz ki gorshu mimitzrayim velo yochlu lehit mameach venas vegam tzeda lo asu lahem. And they baked the loaves which they had taken from Egypt, cakes of unleavened bread, for they were not leavened because they had been driven out from Egypt, and they could not tarry, and also they had not prepared any provisions for themselves. Moshav b'nei Yisrael asher yashavu b'Mitzrayim shloshim shana ve'arba me'ot shana. And the dwelling of the children of Israel, which they dwelt in Egypt, was 30 years and 400 years. Vayhi miketz shloshim shana ve'arba me'ot shana be'etzem hayom hazeh Yatz'u kol tziv'ot ot Adonai me'eretz Mitzrayim. And it came to pass at the end of 30 years and 400 years that the very same day that went out all the armies of Hashem from the land of Israel, from the land of Egypt. Leil shimurim hu ladonai lehotzi'am me'eretz Mitzrayim hu halayla hazeh ladonai shimurim lechol b'nei Yisrael ledorotam. A night of watching or guarding it is to Hashem to bring them out, to take them out from the land of Egypt. It is a night of watching for Hashem, of watching for all the children of Israel for their generations. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe ve'Aharon zot chukat hapasach kol b'nei nechar lo yochal bo. And he said, Hashem, to Moses and to Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. All children of strangers cannot eat of it. V'chol eved ish miknat kasef umarta oto az yochal bo. And all servants who have been bought with money and whom you have circumcised, then they can eat of it. Toshav ve'sachir lo tochal bo. The sojourner and the one bought with the hired man cannot eat of it. Bevait echad yachel lo totzi min habayit min habasar chutza ve'etzem lo tishperu vo. In one house it shall be eaten, and you shall not go out from the house and from the meat, and you shall not break a single bone of him. And this is interesting because there's also the verse in John. Also, John says that when Yeshua was on the cross and they had broken the bones, the legs of the two others, they came to Yeshua and they saw he was already dead, and so they did not break his bones in order to fulfill the prophecy that not one of his bones should be broken. And also there's a verse from Psalms saying that although the righteous are afflicted with great afflictions, not one of their bones will be broken. Kol adat Yisrael ya'asu oto. All the congregation of Israel shall do it. Vechi yagur itcha ger ve'asa Pesach ladonai himol lo chol zachar ve'az yikrav la'asot ve'haya ke'ezrach ha'aretz ve'chol arel lo yochal bo. And every sojourner who sojourns, if he wants to do the Pesach to Hashem, then if he is caused to be circumcised, all his males, then he can draw near to do it, and he shall be as a native born of the land. So we're doing Passover with others in the land now. We're the sojourner sojourning with them. All who are uncircumcised may not eat of it. Torah achat yihye laezrach ve'lager hagar betochechem. There shall be one Torah for the native born and for the sojourner who sojourns in your midst. I don't know where certain groups come from, saying there is one Torah for the native born and one for the sojourner, because Torah says there's one Torah for both. Vaya'asu kol b'nei Yisrael ka'asher tziva Adonai et Moshe ve'et Aharon kein asu. And they did, all the children of Israel, as they were commanded by Hashem, as Hashem commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. Vayhi be'etzem hayom hazeh hotzi Adonai et bnei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim. And it came to pass that in the selfsame day Hashem caused to go out the children of Israel from Egypt, from the land of Egypt, by their armies. Now Kellan is going to quote Isaiah chapter 62. We've been preparing this as a blessing for the people in the land, and we've been studying a lot, both the portion you just heard and Isaiah 62, and Kellan's got it memorized, and so here we go. He'll quote it and I'll translate it.
למען ציון לא אחשה, ולמען ירושלים לא אשקוט, עד יצא חנוגת צדקה, וישועתה כלפיד יבער.
For the sake of Zion I will not be still, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not be silent, until like a brightness her righteousness goes out, and like a burning torch her victory.
וראו גויים צדקך, וכל מלאכים כבודך, וקורא לך שם חדש אשר פי אדוני יקבנו.
And the Gentiles shall see your righteousness, and all the kings shall see your victory, and you shall be called a new name, which Hashem will designate.
והיית עטר תפארת ביד אדוני, וצניף מלוכה בכף אלוהיך.
And you shall be a beautiful crown in the hand of Hashem, and a royal diadem in the palm of your God.
ולא יאמר לך עוד עזובה, ולארצך לא יאמר עוד שממה, כי לך יקרא חפציבה, ולארצך פעולה. כי חפץ אדוני בך, ולארצך תיבעל.
No longer will you be called forsaken, and no longer will your land be called desolate. But you shall be called, my delight is in her, and your land married. For Hashem will delight in you, and your land shall be married.
כי יבעל בחור בתולה, יבעלוך בנייך, ומשוש חתן על כלה, יסיס עלייך אלוהיך.
For as a bridegroom marries a bride, your children will marry you. And as a groom rejoices over his bride, so your God will rejoice over you.
על חומותייך ירושלים, הפקדתי שומרים, כל היום וכל הלילה, תמיד לא יחשו. המזכירים את אדוני, אל דומי לכם.
On your walls, Jerusalem, I have appointed watchmen all the day and all the night. They shall never be silent. You who remember Hashem, there is no rest for you.
ואל תיתנו דומי לו, עד יכונן ועד ישים את ירושלים, תהילה בארץ.
And give him no rest until he establishes and until he makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
נשבע אדוני בימינו, ובזרוע עוזו, אם אתן את דגנך עוד מאכל לאויבייך, ואם ישתו בני ניכר תירושך אשר יגעת בו.
Hashem has sworn by his right hand and by his mighty arm, lest I ever again give your grain as food to your enemies, or your new wine to those who hate you, for which you have labored.
כי מאספיו יאכלוהו והכילו את אדוני ומקבציו ישתוהו בחצרות קודשי.
But those who have gathered, who have reaped it, will eat it and praise Hashem, and those who gather shall drink it in my courts of my sanctuary, my holy courts.
עברו, עברו, בשערים פנו דרך העם, סולו, סולו, המסלה, סקלו, מאבן הרימו, נס על העמים.
Go through the gates, clear a path for the people, raise up a highway, remove it of stones, clear stones from it, raise up a banner for the peoples.
הנה, אדוני השמיע אל קצה הארץ, אמרו לבת ציון, הנה, אישך בא, הנה, שכרו איתו, ופעולתו לפניו.
Behold, Hashem proclaims to the ends of the earth, say to the daughter of Zion, behold, your victory has come. Behold, his reward is with him, and his recompense is before him.
וקראו להם עם הקודש. וקראו להם עם הקודש, גאולה אדוני, ולך יקרא דרושה, עיר לא נעזבה.
And they shall call them a holy people, redeemed of Hashem, and you they shall call sought out, a city not forsaken. I got to tell you, I think Kellan did better this week than I did last week. That was great. That was great. Good job. So until next week, the second Shabbat of Passover from Netanya, Israel, Kellan and I say,
Shalom.